Today, we're exploring something really fascinating: the art of Antoni Gene. He's a designer and artist living in Japan for, 26 years now?
That's right.
And we're zooming in on his works on paper. They're not just pictures, they seem to be a whole different way of thinking about art and space.
Absolutely. And Tony Jean, well, he's worked with all sorts of things: canvas, ceramics, sculptures, even big installations.
Right.
But this focus on paper now, it's different. It gives us a fresh angle on making and showing art, especially considering he's in Japan.
Okay.
So our mission really is to unpack the clever ideas behind it, the look and feel, the aesthetics, and even some surprising practical upsides to this body of work, how he's kind of pushing boundaries.
Okay, art on paper. My first thought is like sketches, maybe small framed things,
Uh-huh.
but Antoni Gene's doing something else. Big assembled canvases made of paper. Explain that. What's the core idea here?
Yeah, it's ingenious. He's not just using paper, he's leveraging what paper is. It's nature.
Yeah.
So think about it. These pieces are assembled, right?
Mhm.
Glued from multiple sheets.
Hmm.
This means they can get pretty large, sometimes 2 meters across.
Wow, okay.
But, and here's the key thing, they stay incredibly lightweight.
Right, which is totally different from a big canvas on stretchers, maybe with a heavy frame.
Totally. And that lightness, it's a game changer in a place like Japan. Earthquakes are,
Yeah.
a fact of life.
Ah, okay. I see where you're going. Safety?
Exactly. Heavy framed art falling off a wall, that's a real danger. These paper canvases, they're safe, they're elegant, it's practical. It shows he's really thinking about his environment, not just making art in a bubble.
That's brilliant. Fusing safety and aesthetics.
Right.
Are there other, maybe practical benefits?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Cost is one.
Cost.
Think about framing. It can easily double the price of an artwork, sometimes more.
True.
By skipping traditional framing, his work becomes way more accessible. More people can potentially own an original piece. It kind of democratizes it a bit.
Makes sense.
But it's not just about saving money. It affects the art itself. See, paper isn't stretched tight like canvas. It's allowed to. Well, to be paper.
What do you mean? Like it wrinkles?
Exactly. It can crinkle, ripple slightly, take on these subtle shapes. It's not forced flat.
Oh, I love that. It adds a kind of organic texture, right? A visual dimension.
Precisely. A unique dimension, a depth.
How do you hang them then? If they're not framed, you don't want to stick pins right through the art.
Right, and he's thought of that. It's actually really clever. On the back corners, he glues these small, simple pieces of cardboard.
Cardboard.
Yeah, just little squares or tabs. So you put the pin or nail through the cardboard piece, not the artwork itself.
Crucially, you could still frame it later if you wanted to. The integrity is preserved.
That's incredibly thoughtful. Really practical. Okay, so what's he actually putting on these paper canvases? What materials? Standard paints.
It's very much a mixed media approach. That's key to the texture and look.
Mixed media.
Yeah.
So combining different things.
Exactly. He uses chalk quite a bit, gives it that soft, sort of ethereal feel. Then light acrylics that dry fast.
Mm.
Pen, pencil, colored pencil for details or lines.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and markers too.
Yeah.
And color chalk pastels, but he's careful with those. Sprays them with fixer so they don't smudge.
Right, you'd have to.
Yeah. So it's this real blend of materials tailored to the paper. It makes each piece feel quite unique. It's amazing how he uses this single medium, this paper canvas, to explore so many different subjects, from nostalgia to nature to just pure abstraction.
It really shows the versatility. Let's talk about some of the series. One of the most popular, you can see why, is the Cars series.
Cars. Oh, yeah.
Especially older cars.
Yeah?
From the 60s, 70s, even the 50s.
Yeah.
People's first cars often pop up.
Yeah.
That kind of memory trigger.
Oh, I get that, like a 57 Chevy or something, that immediate nostalgia.
Exactly. And the style is usually quite simple. A single car, maybe on a road,
Oh.
done with that mix. Chalk, pencil, marker, light acrylic.
What's the feel? Realistic.
Not quite photorealistic. It's described as kind of childlike, but also dreamlike.
Mm-hmm.
Very evocative.
Yeah.
They sell really well because I think people connect their own stories to them. Then there's the Giraffe series. Totally different feel.
Giraffes? Okay.
Yeah, sometimes just one really long, stretched vertically,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a whole family across a wide canvas, like maybe 100 centimeters long by 40 wide.
Yeah. Interesting composition. What's the technique there?
Often uses colored paper itself, glued together. It has this very primal feel, almost earthy. Reminds you a bit of cave paintings, maybe.
Oh, wow. So less detailed, more impressionistic.
Definitely comfortable, impressionistic,
Mm.
not sharp focus. It's about the essence, the form. more meditative maybe.
Cool contrast to the cars.
The paper often gets a background treatment first, maybe a wash of color or even an abstract pattern.
Okay.
Then on top of that, he draws the childhood scene, maybe that Land Cruiser again or a 54 Chevy Bel Air. Those seem to be favorites. It creates this layered effect, vivid.
So the background is almost its own abstract piece first.
Sometimes, yeah. He actually calls these drawings on paper, not paintings, emphasizes that directness. The background adds this whole other layer before the main subject even appears.
I like that.
It really shows how much variety you can get from one subject just by playing with color, composition, and that paper texture.
It's quite something. Applying that same light, flexible medium to, say, New York City must create an interesting tension. Tell me about the New York skylines.
Yeah, that's a great point about the tension. These often feature iconic things like yellow taxis or the skyline itself, often black and white with just pops of color.
Over a minute.
Typically long and narrow, maybe 80 centimeters by 30 wide.
Yeah.
Perfect for giving a room that urban feel, but without a big, heavy framed picture.
And the lightness plays into it.
Massively. It kind of subverts the imposing nature of the cityscape. It makes it feel more fluid, breathable. He even mentioned how sometimes the breeze might catch them, make them ripple slightly.
Wow, that's dynamic.
Yeah. He suggested, once you live with that, it's hard to go back to a static, framed piece. It changes how you see the art in the space.
I bet. Okay, from the city back to nature, especially Japan, the rice field series.
Right. Capturing that Japanese landscape. These can be really long and narrow, too. Maybe 180 centimeters long, but only 25 wide.
Like a scroll.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful green fields, sometimes a train going by like you'd see looking out a window on a journey. Again, acrylic, pencil, those chalk pastels, all fixed, of course.
Yeah.
Evokes that peaceful travel feeling.
Lovely.
And these get really big, maybe 200 by 180 centimeters, still on those assembled paper canvases.
Wow.
Often just using two colors, maybe lavender and orange or blue and green. Simple but powerful.
And the goal there.
Not about showing something specific, just purely uplifting, creating a good feeling in a room. They work really well in big spaces, hardwood floors, white walls. That lightness and the lack of a frame really lets the color and texture sing. It feels airy.
It sounds like the medium itself is part of the message across all these. Any other quick mentions to show his range?
Oh, sure. He also does things like 1950s houses, those sort of suburban development, and kind of fun, abstract Welsh Corgi dogs, and even a 1950s cowboy guitar player series. So, yeah, the range is huge. But what ties it all together is that consistent lightness, that tactile quality, the impressionistic feel. And it does make you ask, how does this blend of practicality and artistry, especially when he calls them drawings, how does it change how we think about fine art? Does it challenge the hierarchy?
That really is the core question, isn't it? So let's bring it back to the listener. For you listening, whether you know a lot about art or are just curious, what's the takeaway here? Why should Antoni Gene's approach matter to you?
Well, I think it challenges a lot of ideas we might have about art. It's often described as fun and light, not lightweight as in shallow, but genuinely enjoyable, something you'd want to live with for a long time.
Approachable art?
Very approachable. It's not trying to be intimidating or wildly expensive. His pieces aren't costly, and he even gives work away for charity sometimes. It feels like art meant to be part of life, not just hung in a gallery.
That's refreshing.
It really is.
Yeah.
And by leaning into what paper does naturally, its lightness, its flexibility, the way it can crinkle, he's asking us to appreciate art that doesn't need the traditional heavy trappings.
Right.
It's more immediate, maybe. It's still a drawing on paper, but elevated. It offers this fresh, engaging experience visually and even, texturally.
And the wide range of subjects means there's likely something for everyone.
I'd say so. Between the nostalgia of cars and childhood, the beauty of Japanese landscapes, the energy of New York, or just pure abstract feeling, or just the mood you want in your home. It's art that connects. It literally moves sometimes, but it also moves you.
So we've really explored the unique world of Antoni Gene today, how he takes simple paper and turns it into these compelling canvases for stories, landscapes, feelings. He's really shown the potential in a medium many might just pass over.
Absolutely. And maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. We often see art as these heavy, permanent framed things, masterpieces built to last forever. Yeah. Antoni Gene's work, being so light, so responsive, even crinkling slightly, it makes you wonder, how much does the physical weight and perceived permanence of art shape how we value it?
Hi, this is Antoni Gene, the artist. Let's talk about some of these paintings and paper paintings and canvases separately. This one was taken from a photograph of a painting that was a fresco in Pompeii in about 78 or 79 AD before the Vesuvius eruption. They just recently discovered a bunch of frescoes. They're really cool. This is just my first car or second car I had, and this is a large paper canvas put together of sort of summertime by the beach where we live in Japan. All paper glued together. Here we go back to the Pompeii bowl of fruit and just some abstract ideas. Coffee cup, all paper. This is paper. There are some canvases coming up, but mostly these are paper. An old Toyota car. I love this kind of car. Once in a while you see these in Japan. I don't know. It's like some retro Toyota car. And some viola da gambas. Did a lot of viola da gambas on paper with pencil, wine glass. Sometimes photographs like this. This was from a postcard, and I did some painting over it. It was a motel in California, television set. Again, pencil, marker, acrylic paint, sparkle paint. This is all done with, trumpet player was all done with colored pencil. This too, the New York Scape, all pencil. This was all acrylic on canvas. Now we're going back to the Pompeii pictures. I really like these. They're really big. I've made some of them really large, maybe 200 centimeters. And the detail is interesting, mainly with pencil and a little bit of acrylic paint and some sparkle paint. This is some Japanese car. Take a sip of coffee here. Morning coffee. Speaking of coffee, this is some picture of a lady drinking coffee at maybe a coffee place in 1940. I just love this photograph, so I did it. Some girl on a train in Japan. Sort of 50s image of someone sipping coffee or tea, most likely tea, huh? Some abstracts. This is where I paint usually, in the tatami room. And these are some of the long, thin ones. I've made my own canvases, especially if they're long and thin. It's fairly easy. This is another summertime image that I did on the beach. This is done with acrylic on canvas. This is oil of the hotel on canvas. This is just paper, another large paper drawing I did. Mainly just paper and marker and some orange acrylic paint. Very simple, easy to do, just easy to do. Very great. Giraffes are an easy subject because they're fun to draw. People like them. They're easy to sell. So it just, it's a good thing. I tried an upside down giraffe. That was kind of fun. Then I did a series of pears, different kinds of pears. I like pears. I don't know why. Just they're kind of delicious and they're cool. I did a pear on an old road sign, a rusted road sign. I used oil paint. Turned out pretty good. It took like forever to dry, but it was cool. Another car, a couple of car series. Those are really good on paper. This is on canvas. That was on canvas. This is some old cowboy that I like to draw him. I don't know why. He's fun to draw. Another latte bowl, paper again. This is another hotel image. This is done with oil on canvas. This is a painting I did a long time ago, kind of Gerhard Richter style. This is one of my favorite ones I've ever did. This is a paper on canvas, and paper canvas, and really love this painting. It's very dreamlike. Hotels are interesting to me. This is a couple of car series I did. This is a 54 Bel Air, Chevy Bel Air, somebody's first car, and those are always good images. Sometimes I like to put things in the frame. Okay, now we're jumping back to New York skyline, and kind of jumping around a little bit. Now this is some wood I painted, which I kind of like to paint wood. It's kind of nice to have that, put wine on it, or on your tabletop. And here is again another giraffe series. I think we might have seen this in the beginning. It's just paper canvas. Each piece of paper, like like a packet of art paper you would get, like a sketching paper. Just use wood glue and glue them together. And it's really easy, and it's cheaper than a canvas. And the paint loves it. And it's easier to hang. And it's good. This is my gallery that I have in Japan, Pear Gallery. I represent a lot of artists here in Japan, ceramic artists, and some all over the world. Here are some Photoshop things I've did. Just more digital art, collages, and things like that. I like this corgi I did. Kind of fun. He's supposed to have a diaper on, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. And here's some canvas with acrylics, a big canvas with acrylic, 63 Dodge. I like this one. I don't know why. Just a little sparkle paint. Flatiron Building in New York. I like that building. Like that area. I sort of like hairdresser when I was a kid. Go with my mom, that hairdresser, like Cone. And did some blender, just like a little blender. That's some oil and acrylic mix. Here's another big paper, another good upside down giraffe. I think changing images upside down and doing some things is fun. Sometimes small is good. This is lasagna and the lunar module there. And back to the Pompeii, some more Pompeii images. I love those Pompeii frescoes. You should check them out. They're so cool. There's so many they've unearthed there. Just so beautiful. And they're fun to paint. I think we have that Japanese car before. Old Japanese car. And our coffee girl. I'm intrigued by her. What is she talking about? What is she doing? Now, I like this guy. What does he want? He's talking to the lady with the tea. And this is mainly where I work. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it.